Salutations, my Legion of Doom. I'm your Time Lord wannabe, the Brainstormer of pop culture. So yes, I've decided to do my own take on the movie. While I did like the movie, I do have gripes with the storytelling. It does have varying degrees of inconsistencies, retcons, and plot holes. However, I did love the smaller, quieter moments that built relations with these characters. I just think it could be better, and I had ideas that I think would have kept the audience guessing on the edge of their seats. Now, I'm not saying my ideas are better than what we were presented with, but I feel that it could have been done better. I don't blame the cast or filmmakers for these problems. They did their best. It's just my opinion and my feelings on the matter. But I'm not saying my version is better. I'm just doing this as a hobby and something for you to enjoy and to test my writing ability with this story. Again, I'm not saying my version's better, just a different take is all. If you haven't seen the first video, I must recommend you watch that first to truly understand this. Please do so before continuing on. Thank you. Now, if you have seen that video, let's continue. So this first video will only cover the first half of the cast, while the second will cover the other half. Again, this is mostly due to time purposes, so now let's refresh what characters I have planned to keep for my retelling of Endgame. So number 1 is Scott Lang, Ant-Man, Peter Quill, Star-Lord, Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch, Dr. Stephen Strange, Doctor Strange, Bruce Banner, Hulk, Clint Barton, Hawkeye, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Bucky Barnes, Sam Wilson, Falcon, King T'Challa, Black Panther, Rocket Raccoon, Nebula, and James Rhodes, War Machine. So as a refresher, we do have a 13 ensemble cast, while Ant-Man is our primary protagonist, meaning we follow him on the journey with the new Avengers, but most get a good amount of screen time. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of my versions of these characters of this Avengers Endgame rewrite. Scott Lang, aka Ant-Man, being stuck in the quantum realm for, to him at least, an hour, and then rockets out of the quantum tunnel to find the world on the brink of anarchy. After making his way to his daughter Cassie, who was living with her uncle Luis, upon learning of what's happened with the Snap and the new Avengers, Scott feels a great sense of responsibility to help them, so he sets out to get to the Avengers in New York. After arriving there, he's constantly trying to get things in a faster motion, which often finds himself at odds with the War Machine and Black Panther, the leaders of the new Avengers. With his almost tunnel-like vision goal of bringing everyone back, he's brash and quick to action, but he's hiding it so well with his wit and humor, but on the inside he's aching to bring back his friends and family. Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord, after the Snap and the formation of the new Avengers, Quill decided to forego his childish and immature nature, becoming a stoic leader as he, Rocket, and Nebula gathered the remainder of the Nova Corps and Ravagers to form a Guardians of the Galaxy Corps in their efforts to find Thanos. He's been distant, even with his family, that is Rocket and Nebula, due to him blaming himself for the Snap happening, because of his brashness and anger caused Mantis to lose her concentration and essentially letting Thanos recover the gauntlet to Snap in the first place. So he acts more like an actual adult, taking up a more traditional hero role. If anything else, even going as far to toss aside his old Ravager garbs and wear something more along the lines of a spacefaring protector. All in all, he's determined to make up for his mistakes of the past, even if he must sacrifice himself. Wanda Maximoff, aka Scarlet Witch, after the death of Vision, her rage was almost uncontrollable, but Doctor Strange has been a very helpful mentor to teaching her to take that anger and to find serenity in the balance of peace and pain. Although the training has been difficult, she has improved, even learning basic magic techniques from Strange. While learning throughout the years, she has developed a big sister-little brother relationship with Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man. Even though the years' time has cooled her down a bit and the friends she's made, she still wants to go after Thanos for taking one of the last truly good things from her. In a way, she wants revenge, and no amount of meditation and therapy can stop that. Bruce Banner / the Hulk, after the events of Infinity War where Hulk lost and Banner lost, Bruce ultimately forced himself into exile, now living in the Nevada desert. He has completely shut himself away from most, even the Hulk, keeping him buried. The only connection to the outside world is Clint Barton, but other than that, he's isolated. When things start to become different and he's asked to step up, Bruce and Hulk must find a truce, an agreement to be had in order to be of any aid and to end Thanos for both their sakes. Number 5. Clint Barton / Hawkeye. When his family turned to dust before his eyes, he was ready to go on some sort of warpath, but he was found before he did anything that could be seen as violent. Now working with Bucky Barnes, Falcon, Spider-Man, and the other new Avengers, he is given hope to get his family back by tracking down Thanos and getting the stones back. While he's being patient, he is acting like a father again with Wanda Maximoff and Peter Parker, treating them physically and talking to them, trying to get them through their feelings, all the while trying to get to Bruce and get him to come back to the world, knowing full well with his help they'll find Thanos easily. Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, after the disappearance of Tony Stark, Peter decided to step up as one of the defenders of Earth. While he's been busy with Bucky Barnes and Falcon and keeping the world from the brink of collapse by chaos, when he's not busy with that, he is often at the Avengers base communicating with Rocket Raccoon on tech and stuff, on finding the stones and effectively Thanos. Also, he does tend to have a new family relationship with Wanda Maximoff. Often the two hang out in the kitchen and chat with when Pete's around, and he enjoys beating her at all the video games at the base. He does relate to her in the aspect of loss, though he doesn't try to push her to talk about it. He doesn't really need to. He's just there when she needs to vent. Lastly, Stephen Strange, aka Doctor Strange, while he's been helping Wanda Maximoff expand her powers and teaching her knowledge of the mystic arts, he has been organizing with the other leaders of the new Avengers in the search for Thanos, even though he doesn't actively command the team. Although he is given a cold shoulder by some due to his concealing knowledge of the potential outcome of this path taken, he is often seen meditating, seemingly trying to reach out to something, but to no avail. While he maintains his sage-like personality and often dodges questions about his overall plans and questions of does he actually know where Thanos is, usually he answers that if he were to tell them the course of the path they've been following, all of them would try to change it and would lead to worse roads down the line. Even though he refuses to tell them, most can guess he wants to, but knows he can't. So this was my first video of the characters within my rewrite of Avengers Endgame. The next video will be released concluding the rest of the protagonists. And in brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Until next time, my legion.